Hello, welcome to ChapterSkip. I'm Chud.
And I'm Joe.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Mark.
And welcome along to volume 18 of the ChapterSkip podcast. Sorry, you were going to say something there, weren't you, Chud?
I was going to, but I didn't.
Oh, well, go ahead.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Let's do it again.
You're still
one
my
more time. One more
fucking
time.
prick.
One more time. One more time.
Right,
My moment.
One more time. One more time.
I'll keep quiet. Go for it.
Hello, welcome to ChapterSkip.
I'm Chud.
Right, you prick. Yeah.
Oh, this is staying in there, yeah?
Maybe not.
Right, go on. No more. Go on.
For reals this time.
Hello, welcome to ChapterSkip. I'm Chud.
And I'm Joe.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Mark.
And welcome along to the ChapterSkip podcast volume 18. Now, we're all here again, and we're here to chat about movies and various news topic stories that we've come across over the last week. And probably most importantly, we're here to discuss our homework, in which we set each other each and every week. And just a reminder, Mark, your homework was to watch Sharknado, as was Joe, I believe.
Yep.
And Chud, you wanted to check out The Raid, was it?
Yes.
Did you get a chance to check out The Raid 2, or just the first one?
I got a mission.
You didn't check out any, did you?
My dog ate it.
Don't get my homework.
I'm very much the same now as I was when I was at school, and I do my homework at the last minute.
Right.
I went to do it today. I thought, right, I've got a bit of time, I'll do it today. Switched on Netflix, English Netflix, searched The Raid, not there. I was like, oh, it must be on the American one. Searched the American one, it's not there anymore.
Oh.
And I was like, shit, and I didn't have time to go to the shops or anything before I came here to buy it to
Should have
watch
sent me
it.
a message. I'd have bought the DVD and...
Yeah, well, it's my fault. I left it to the last minute, so I should learn my lesson from that.
Tut, Chuddy, so we'll get no
I'm
review of The
sorry.
Raid this week.
Next week you got
So
to watch
I'll
both
have
of
2
them.
reviews for next week.
Yeah.
That's your homework. You
Joe,
got to
did you watch Sharknado?
I did.
We're on a roll.
Hey.
That's something we're on.
And Mark, you mentioned a movie called ID or Identity,
yeah.
which is a movie starring John Cusack and a couple of other people, and I watched it.
Cool.
And who wants to talk about their homework first? Shall I go first?
Yeah, you go first,
and then
and then me
you guys
and Joe
can give a
can-
joint Sharknado,
Yeah.
and I'll be able to chip in. Have you seen Sharknado?
I
Joe?
haven't, but I'm not bothered about spoilers. So.
Oh, no, I don't ruin it.
You're
Really
missing out, man.
Everyone's seen
Well,
Identity.
I need to
though,
watch it before we watch the...
Yeah.
That'll probably be my homework for this week, I should imagine.
Everyone has seen Identity though, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. So basically, I'd not heard about the movie until you mentioned it last week, Mark, and you sort of gave a brief overview of it as you know, probably 10 different people kind
Yeah.
of merged together because of
As
this
brief
story.
as I could without giving anything away, yeah.
Yeah, so spoilers ahead, everyone out there. Skip forward to the next part if you don't want to hear spoilers about Identity and Sharknado. There won't be many spoilers for Sharknado because, you know, sharks, tornadoes, merging, death, sharks,
Bad CGI.
bad acting. And yeah, so Identity, spoilers ahead, and yeah, 10 people kind of converge on this motel, and different stories are going on. There's all kind of different areas of, you know,
All very
why people are
different
there.
kind of personalities and characters. Personalities being the key word.
Yeah, personalities, and they've all got sort of different reasons for being there. Like John Cusack's character, he's like a limousine driver for this actress, and obviously they kind of have a little accident. And then you've got-
Basically, there's a big flood, isn't there? Right?
Yeah.
The road's washed out, so they all have to end up.
yeah, and
Same place.
you've got John C. McGinley, aka Dr. Cox, and then he's with his wife and kid, and you know some tragic happens, so they all sort of have to come together and converge on this one motel, and a lot of stuff happens, and then eventually, as most horror movies or sort of scary thrillers do, shit starts to happen, lightning goes off to signify, you know, kind of dark things happening, and people start getting taken out one by one, and quite cleverly the keys of the room numbers of the hotel gets left with the deaf, so it's like, you know, room number 10 gets left with the first person, so it's almost like a countdown, which I quite enjoyed, but as for the rest of the movie, I didn't like it.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, right.
Really?
I really thought it was quite stupid.
You didn't like the twist?
No, it really annoyed me actually.
What, the personalities thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
gonna give it completely away. Everyone's seen it here, haven't they?
Yeah.
And for those at home, skip forward 10-20 minutes. Basically, the whole story centres around this guy who has multiple personalities, as you kind of alluded to earlier, and he has like 10 different personalities where I can't really explain it because I
He's
don't really
committed
get it
murder at
because
some
it
point,
didn't really. Yeah.
And they're trying to say one of his personalities is responsible. You can't execute him when he doesn't know what he's done.
Yeah.
It's
So
one of his personalities is evil. Some of them aren't. And
Yeah.
it's not right to kill him.
during
basically.
the story, and I put story in quotation marks because obviously the whole story is revolved around this guy's head and the story that he's made up between his personalities, which I thought was kind of dumb. And yeah, you kind of figuring out who's doing it, you're kind of guessing through, and you think, oh, it might be him, and then something comes to light and you're like, oh, it's probably not him. Oh, is it her? No, it's probably not her. And then you find out that it's actually all in his head, and you're like, so what actually happened? Was that whole scene just rendered, non?
Did it?
Because it's all in his head. Was that what actually happened? Did he murder any of those
No,
people?
that's not what happened.
Well, then it just makes the movie
That is
kind
what
of
happened.
pointless. It's like
That's what
basically
happened
a
at that
dream
table
sequence.
when they were talking to him at the table. They were bringing when Alfred Molina, and that was they were bringing them personalities out. That's why they were making them confront each other. That's why he had that moment where he believed he was John Cusack's character,
Yeah.
and he was like, "What the fuck? What's going on? That's not me."
In regards to
And
the
they
whole
saw
story, if it doesn't really make sense because it's all basically like a dream sequence or like a fantasy, and it kind of rendered that whole scene with the motel and the killings and stuff kind of useless because it was like, well, what's the point? Because it's all in his head and it's
the
not
point
relevant.
is it is.
It's just because that didn't actually happen though, did it?
Yeah, but the point
he
was to
murdered
leave
somebody
him-
random.
to leave him with good personalities and get rid of his murderous personalities,
Did
so
you-
that only a nice one is left.
I mean, did you feel it was like a
Wasn't
bit?
nice though, was it?
Yeah, but he didn't know that till.
Did you feel like it was a bit of a cop out? Because
Yeah.
that sort of like when they was like, oh, it was all a dream.
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
kind
Then
of
those
thing,
kinds of
yeah.
movies where like, oh, shit's happening, oh, it's all going crazy,
Oh,
and
that
then
was
somebody
like
wakes up, it's like, oh,
Oh, well,
that
Yeah, I
just
didn't-
renders that whole
I didn't read it
thing.
like that.
No, I didn't.
I just
I
like,
enjoyed
oh,
it.
that's a clever idea. I
To
really
me,
like that.
it
That's
just
good.
like I really enjoyed probably the start, maybe half hour, 45 minutes in. I was thinking, yeah, it's quite a good story. People are coming together, little offshoots. This person's linked to this person, and then it gets revealed that they've all got the same birthday, and they're all named after like states and stuff. So I was thinking, all right, maybe there's some sort of like grand plan in the whole thing. Somebody's kind of orchestrated this to bring them all together.
But
And
to me,
then
that
at
would've
one
been-
point I was thinking, I bet it's the little fucking kid. I bet it's the little kid. And if it is, I'm going to like tip my laptop over and just walk out. And then obviously that thing happened at the end when the little kid's trying to
Well, the
murder
first
the girl.
time
And
I
I was just
watched
like, fuck this.
I nearly blamed the little kid when I first watched it because I was thinking, oh, this is in the past. It's a little fat kid. He's a fat guy. That's him when he was younger. So I was kind of thinking
Yeah.
that at first, and it was like,
See, that
oh,
probably
wait,
would have
hang on.
made more sense, just to kind of like have him as the little kid, murders all the people, and then he grows up and he's a bit of a mentalist, bit of a psychopath, and he's created all these kind of stories and stuff, and he still thinks he's a little kid inside or whatever, so he thinks that he hasn't murdered anyone. He's like, oh, no, it was, Timmy and I'm Tommy or whatever.
But I thought,
bullshit like
to
that.
me, though, having it real and 10 random people that happen to have the same birthdays meeting as strangers would have been is more out of the box than the
Yeah,
personalities
but
to me.
if you think about it, that was like the smallest kind of hinge within the whole plot. They didn't actually
Oh,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
have the same birthday. They didn't have to have names with the states. It could have been a movie like based around that, and then it could have been revealed that there was an outside source, or it was in fact, is it Ray Liotta's character who's the cop, but not the cop?
was really it, yeah.
Yeah. That I would have been fine with that. It happened to be him because I like the reveal of him actually not being the cop and transporting the
Yeah, the con who was actually his partner.
the convict. Yeah, I thought that was quite good because there was one particular scene where he takes his jacket off and he's got a hole in his back with
Yeah.
blood around it. I was like, oh, I'm guessing that's going to be revealed later. And maybe had a scuffle with somebody.
What about the
And then it
guy who's
turns
running the
out-
motel where you find out, oh, he sort of just stumbled upon the place and
Yeah.
took it over because the guy was dead and all that was
Like I
part of
said,
it.
good ideas, but rendered ridiculously because it was all in that guy's head and it wasn't even a real story anyway. It's like he just kind of thought up these 10 characters from different states that he knew and gave them all the same birthday and then just went, all right, in my own head I'm killing off this person, but it's not a real person, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah, but he didn't know that, did he?
I know, but it's not relevant to me because if the characters aren't, I know like you've got to have a certain amount of fantasy, but if the characters aren't real within the context of the story, then it's just pointless. I could write a story where I'm having a dream and I go around and kill you guys and people are, oh fuck, Sean murdered, and then I wake up.
I think we've done that, haven't we? We may have done that.
Yeah, I know, but like, in real life or whatever, it's just...
No, I think a dream is a cop-out thing, but to me I like that because I like the whole multiple personality thing. It was something Yeah, I've not seen that done in a...
Yeah,
I get the
I enjoyed it.
feeling-
I had it on DVD and I thought it was really quite refreshing when
You
I watched
wouldn't
it.
like, what was it, High Tension? What was the other title that came out of the French one? Where the girl goes to stay at a friend's house and then there's a kid. The killer's in the van at the start and they're getting sucked off by
Switchblade
seven heads.
Romance.
Switchblade
Yeah.
Romance.
That's a
Because
good
that
film.
does a multiple personality switcheroo at the end, but that is completely out of context
Yeah.
with the story because you're kind of like, hang on, no, that doesn't. It's okay, but it
I quite
doesn't.
liked the movie.
Yeah,
I
thought
quite liked
brilliant,
it,
the
but
movie.
the switcheroo multiple personality thing, you're kind of like, nah, that doesn't add up with this little girl being able to do all these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you'd have said, right, yeah, watch this movie, and then I didn't do any research into it and watched it, and afterwards you'd have gone, ha, I made you watch an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and I'd go, oh, fuck you! And I would have believed you. But in fact, it was actually directed by James Mangold, who brought us
Jack Frost.
the Wolverine. Oh, did he do that?
I think he done not the
Not the
shitty
Michael Keaton one.
No, the one with no, he done the Killer Snowman film.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure he
and
did,
he
yeah.
did a few other good movies that I looked into, and I thought, yeah, decent director, but for me, I really didn't like it. It just annoyed
I'm
the
gonna have
crap
to
out
stop
of me.
recommending you
It
things.
feels like that maybe you thought the film had potential and it just didn't
Yeah,
really.
like the first
hit the
45
mark.
minutes was great, and then like I quite enjoyed the story about like, the killer and going to court, and like I like the elements of his like psychotic tendencies and him having multiple personalities, but the fact that it was all dreamt up or all in his head just kind of rendered everything useless and and then it just felt flat, and then that whole thing with the kid at the end just really pissed me off. I was like, fuck's
I can't
sake.
believe that you actually gave Troll 2 a better review.
Yeah, I did, yeah. Because it was fun. You know, Troll 2 was fun, and this movie wasn't meant to be fun. It was meant to be a thriller. It was meant to be a kind of a mind game thing. And yeah, it got me guessing along, but then it just made it all just kind of useless. And another thing, I felt the acting was a bit kind of stiff and wooden. People seemed like incorrectly cast to me. Like John C. McGinley, maybe because I've watched a lot of
It's just
Scrubs,
Dr.
and
Cox,
you just
isn't
kind
he?
of see him as that Dr. Cox character, that hard kind of, you know, no nonsense shit. And then in this movie, he's like the quivering little,
Yeah.
you know, stepdad who's like, oh my god, oh looking after his wife, and then he's worrisome, and it's like just didn't feel like it was him. But maybe that's my
Yeah,
own fault.
I don't know, because I think a good actor should be able to take any role, and you should be able to forget their like past. Like,
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
As soon as you see an actor in a new role, and you like, it's kind of like
And I suppose because something like I was watching Desolation of Smaug today, and it's like, oh, there's fuck, Stephen Fry's in it.
oh yeah,
And
yeah,
in my head I was going, there's Stephen Fry with long hair and a moustache. Yeah, Stephen Fry. Not that I wasn't thinking of him as the character. Just thought, that's Stephen Fry looking all weird. Whereas I don't really give a shit about Scrubs. I don't do American sitcoms. So to me, I thought, yeah, it was spot on. He's this little bespectacled guy who was like really nervous. And
Yeah, and the only person who I felt was believable was Ray Liotta.
I love him anyway.
I thought he was really good. Everyone else just felt a bit kind of off. It felt as if like that was probably their first take of it, and the director was just like, "Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah,
we'll just go with that." Not like trying to portray the emotion, and kind of John Cusack was a bit kind of wooden. It felt to me.
I think he is a lot though. A bit, in a lot
Oh
of
yeah, I
films,
find
He's
it
always
very,
been a
he
bit
does
wooden.
okay films. He's very shaky sort of actor. I always feel like it's a bit like. I never find him 100% believable. I mean, then he's in ridiculous films like 2012.
Well, don't watch Drive Hard then, because that was shit.
High
Is
Fidelity
that
was
Nicolas
good.
Cage? Or what?
no. I've done a review on it a little while back. Thomas Jane.
I
when he
think
was
I'm
in The
Drive
Mist.
Angry.
He's
Oh,
seen
oh,
High
yeah.
Fidelity, early
Oh,
role from
yeah,
Jack
yeah.
Black. That was quite good.
It's okay, yeah. I could.
Yeah, it's.
That was a bit too nicey. Nice. It's all right. I probably got it on
Because they had
DVD, but
better music.
yeah.
Yeah, so all in all, not a stellar review for Identity. I thought I was going to like it the way you described it, and I did for about 45 minutes, and then kind of got a bit bored, and then it just felt
Yeah,
way
I'm kind
too
of
much.
surprised. I thought you'd have enjoyed that more. But there we go.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It felt like a twist for a twist's sake. You know?
Someone else recommends something to Sean. I'd give him this one and Big Man Japan. He hated them both.
First, I didn't give a too bad review of that, or was that Chud? You come up with that one?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
See, Chud recommends good films like Thirst and Troll 2.
I'll find you something low budget and shit then, and see.
Just
what
stick to your anime. You always pick good anime for me, I tell you.
Have you watched Paranoia Agent then? Or?
I haven't, no. I did watch another movie this week, which we can talk about a little bit later on.
Cool.
I think it'd be something quite interesting. I think we've all probably seen it. We have talked about it in the past, but we'll get on to the, let's call it the main event, shall we?
Joe, what the fuck? Joe's playing with his beard to make little problems out of it.
You're that bored, eh? I bet that's what you was doing whilst watching Sharknado, weren't you? Just sitting
I
there
had to
twiddling
watch
with...
Sharknado in bits. Had to watch a bit yesterday and then a bit this morning because it's just like this is.
I watched it over the course
Bullshit!
of 3 days. So, yeah.
Well, we know what Joe thinks.
Yeah, I watched it over
Short and
multiple
sharp.
days.
Should we move on?
Fucking hell.
So do you guys want to like
God,
run
we should have
through?
watched it together. That would have been brilliant.
For those that don't know, there's sharks in a big migrating swarm and some tornadoes at sea, which makes a whirlpool. No, not whirlpool. A water spout,
Yeah.
which goes on land with multiple shark-filled tornadoes, and they throw sharks through the air.
Yeah.
Presumably at hundreds of miles an hour, but that doesn't affect the
On
shark.
paper, that sounds golden.
And the sharks are not. and
kind of
the
does,
sharks.
but-
Shame they didn't keep it to
Yeah,
paper.
and the sharks are not legit amount of water and that and panic about that. They're more worried about killing people.
Did you like the continuity? Did like the bit I mentioned last week where they're in the bar? A tornado, you got strong fucking winds and rain coming there.
Yeah.
They're sitting in a bar, nice as you
sharks?
like.
You get loads of
sharks, yeah. But then there's an overhead shot, and it's all calm, and then it goes to a shot of like waves crashing. Back in the bar, and the same overhead shot again, and it's all fucking calm. And then within that split second, back in the bar, and the shark smashes through the window in a flood of water. And you're like, there was not a fucking storm.
Yeah, but you not think they had about like 20 quid in their budget and just went, right, we need like a helicopter shot, but we can only get one because we only pay the pilot for like 20 minutes or whatever.
It's probably even stock footage on something
just
else.
popped in 20 quid and they flew over and it's like, doesn't look very tornado, does it? We'll just shake the
It was
camera or
like-
something.
yeah,
And
it was
use that like 5
And all their
times.
special effects was like fucking, what is it, Microsoft Paint or something like that. It was fucking
The one
terrible.
I didn't mind, so the one with the big wheel rolling free, and it was rolling behind the crowd.
Yeah, that was
That
quite
was
good.
alright.
And when it crashes in the building, it
Yeah,
all folds
the
up.
buildings. Yeah, that was quite good.
But some of that CGI,
The sharks
and the
themselves.
acting was amazing. God, Tara Reid, the fucking the ex fucking Hollywood skeleton, does nothing. Oh no!
Yeah, she's the actual one that's known for being an
Yeah,
actress.
and
She was
she does
probably
the
the
least-
worst
yeah.
actress in
And does the
it.
least work in it.
How much? There's bad continuity with the rain as well because they're like, we've got to get out. Everywhere's
Yeah.
flooded. The water goes halfway
Yeah.
up the tyres of their fucking Land Rover, but it's still enough to eat
I know.
a shark to swim in it.
I know, I'm like, oh, that's got to be high because there's a shark in it, yeah, when they're going through it. Then you see, yeah, it's quite low. And I was like, for starters, if it was high, how the fuck is that Land Rover still going through that?
Yeah.
Well, that'd be flooded the engine by now. We've got to get higher.
Did you notice the bloke who got et first? There was some guys in a fishing boat, and then a shark smashed through, and the guy who got it had kind of superimposed the shark over the man and slid. It's like he was eating the man like spaghetti. They should have just put this little thing because it just kind of slurped inside him, like
And then what-
chomping in bits. Or...
And then what about when, you know, the fucking Tasmanian guy, mate? Are you English? No, I'm not that fucking whole Australian,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
English, whatever, Tasmanian. What about when he got bit and you think his leg's going to be ripped off and he just got a little tiny mark on his leg, like a tiny little.
Is
tiny
that the
mark.
hero guy or the
the-
sort of sidekick kind
Yeah,
of guy?
well, he's the relief, I suppose, and he's the sort of
His
funny,
mate,
sort of
yeah,
tough,
but
funny.
No one was a comic relief in that film.
The movie was
think the
its
film
own
itself,
comic relief, yeah.
Did you notice as well? There's a scene when they're escaping, or they're going to his ex-wife's house or something, and they come across a school bus which is trapped in the water, and there's all sharks around it, and he's like, "Well, there's a bridge up ahead. We can go up the bridge, and I can rappel down." There's no transition to the next scene. Instantly, you're at the top of the bridge. Don't know where they got their fucking ropes from. but anyway.
He's got him in his car and he's sorted.
Did you see the camera angles though? There's a camera on the edge of the bridge looking at them, and it's panned down a little bit, and in the streets you can see, apart from the fact they haven't put any wind or rain effects in
I know.
it, the streets are dry and there's cars all
No,
fucking driving around.
all the way through that.
You're like-
All the way through that, there's a scene.
You haven't panned the camera up an inch and no one would
when they're
notice.
when they're at the flying school.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
the
yeah.
hurricane, and then he goes back to them, and there's fuck all there. There's just normal. It is.
Yeah.
Then he goes back, and then there's like a big hurricane, and just cars doing the daily thing. Because I read up on
I've
the trivia.
remembered someone else now, just-
I looked at the trivia, and it did say like obviously that was like the sunny days when they did that, and just put special effects over it, as you can see.
But they forgot to put
Yeah,
special
yeah.
effects
It
on.
sounds like the editing's like
It's fucking terrible, man. It's
Gav
terrible.
Maranghi's Dark Place.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
terrible
it's-
editing.
No, that's
But it
good.
wasn't shit in a good way. It was just shit in a shit
that's
way.
it. Because we like them sort of films, don't we? Sometimes when
I
you
think
can get
they
real
forgot
good
to put
humour in it. Anything, humour,
They
acting.
forgot
acting.
effects. There's a bit where you see a shark smash. It's been flung out by the tornado. Sharknado, sorry. It's smashed through a bollard and then it's gone past the man's Chinese theatre and it flies
Yeah,
past there
and it hits
smashed
the
into
floor,
ground.
yeah. Breaks.
There's a sound effect in it of people screaming.
Yeah.
So the shark flies past you. Ah! And there's not a fucking person in the shot. You're like, do sharks scream like people?
And what
The shark going, oh my god!
about
I'm a flying shark!
what about the
Look at me, mum!
what about the old
You
people?
never said I could fly!
What about the old people's home when they're like, get up the swimming pool?
Oh, yeah.
And then he just throws all the gasoline in the swimming pool
I'm
and then
guessing
sets it on
there's-
fire, and the fire was fucking terrible.
I'm guessing their swimming pools have got salt water in.
Yeah, this is
Because if
like-
that shark landed in a chlorine-filled freshwater pool,
kill it.
he's not going to be swimming around eating fucking
Maybe he's a
people.
Sharknado shark, you know.
And then
come
when he's
on.
like, and then here it just, I don't know, it's just crazy. You got like the bar scene at the start, and it's like, and he rings up fucking skeleton Hollywood girl, Tara, and he's like, no, there's a flood coming, no, we'll be all right, don't worry about it. No, I'm coming to get you. And then that's the main thing. Everybody go home, there's a big flood, and they're all sat there like, yeah.
And then she was like,
And then it just goes fucking crazy.
and she's going, oh, we're miles from the ocean. And then
Yeah,
there's a
yeah.
shot of her house
Yeah.
with like 8 fucking flooded storm drains.
And then he gets it,
noticed that.
and then he gets it, and then he gets there, and he's
Oh,
like,
you've reminded me of someone
then
else.
he gets there, and he's like, where's my daughter, blah blah, and she's upstairs and that, and then it's like. And then they're like, oh, all right, cool, all right. He wants to get his ex-wife and his daughter, which is fair enough. That's what you'd want to do. And then it's like, oh yeah, your boy's at flight school.
Flight school, yeah.
Oh no, you didn't tell me about that. You never did mention you had a fucking boy, a son.
I think we'll get into
fuck's
flight
sake.
school in a minute. Whilst we're on the house, this might go on a bit too long, sorry.
No, I'll enjoy it, and I hope
They're in the
people
house,
see movie.
and as you know, the house, as you expect, the house is going to get flooded,
Yeah.
and they got a shark downstairs.
Yeah.
But when they go, there's more water in their house
Yeah.
than there is outside.
Yeah.
It shows that their car is outside, still in like an inch of water. Because then the windows of the house, don't they burst, and the water
Yeah.
comes out,
Well,
the
it
shark
was in the
comes out.
swimming pool, wasn't it?
How did you get more water in your fucking house?
Because it was a
Happens when you
shit.
leave taps on.
It was a shit joke, wasn't it? Oh, they're in your swimming pool. They're in your swimming pool, and then it busts through down into the match,
Yeah,
and
but
then
you
it
don't
kills
keep
him.
your swimming pool at a higher level.
I know.
Swimming pools are in the ground.
It's fucking
The
shit.
water and the shark have leapt out of the pool and down the chimney, I presume, and into the fucking house.
like Santa Claus, but in
But
shark form.
going back to the flying
It's
school,
fucking
because
stupid.
all right, Chad, we'll ruin it for you. How would you get rid of a Sharknado?
Would you do?
Just wait it out, or would you, in a massive tornado storm with shit effects and not much wind and rain going on, fly your helicopter at a tornado and drop an explosive into it?
That's ridiculous.
Because wind doesn't fuck up to
Where they randomly
helicopters.
get them. Oh, come to this other room where you can see they've clearly that's a cut into like a DIY store, and that's a cut to that where they go, yeah, we can make bombs, mate. How the fuck do they make bombs of surfers and that?
Tornadoes are made when the hot air and the cold meet, so if we have an explosion which makes more hot air, that will fuck that tornado up
Yeah,
good.
but
Science!
the surfers.
Bitch.
Turn it into a shark fire nado.
Oh yeah.
Oh, maybe that's the sequel. Fuck, I didn't think of that.
I
Yeah.
saw the trailer today actually, it's set in New York.
Oh, okay.
No York Sharknado. That was
Have a
terrible.
bit more budget, an extra
There was-
£5.
There could have been one. Alright, it was stupid, but there could have been cool at the end when the shark's flying and he jumps at it with the chainsaw and goes in its mouth.
We've
But-
ruined it for you, Chud, but
It should have
probably
carried
missed
on
it.
that
You should
shot.
watch
If it had been one continuous shot of him leaping the shark's mouth and then blasting out the back of it,
yeah,
that would have been
I
fairly
thought that's
fucking
what
cool.
was going to happen.
But no, he jumped in and the shark falls down.
Yeah, and then
They
what
were
does he do?
Oh, he's dead. Then he cuts his way out.
Then
And
what-
miraculously,
what does he? Yeah, what does he?
there's
do?
someone
yeah.
in it. It was eaten like 20 minutes ago.
That's fucking wrong. Out of all them sharks, that's the one with her in it.
And was it not weird that that girl who fancied him has then gone,
Yeah.
I kind of like his son
Yeah, I'm
now?
gonna have a bit of your son there.
So the shark ate somebody, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah. Well,
well,
they was
later on
in-
in
they
the
was in-
movie they cut the woman out.
You know when we
Then the
just
man
said,
leapt into the shark chainsaw first,
Yeah.
which should have diced anything inside
Yeah.
it, cut his way out, and then happened to drag out this woman that was eaten.
you know when we just said about that, well, what do you do to get rid of a Sharknado? Drop bombs in it, right?
yeah.
Well, the boy who's at float school where they go for, he goes up with that girl, don't he? Who's a bartender. And
Yeah,
he-
yeah, she-
They both go up. He's,
I don't know.
I fucking know. Who
6.
cares? Yeah, and she
18,
gets
20.
pulled out, don't she?
20 or
She
something.
gets eaten, don't she? Gets
For
pulled
some
out.
reason, I can't remember, she slips out.
Yeah, slips out, and one of the sharks
And a shark-
eats her.
One shark jumps up, there's got rope.
That's it. No, it jumps up and
hanging
grabs
on the
onto
rope.
the grabs onto.
She
yeah.
falls, as she falls, another shark gets flung out the
Yeah.
tornado and it captures it. Does it?
So now you think she's dead, right? So then, right at the end, he grabs his fucking chainsaw, like we just said, chops the body.
That was probably the best
And
bit of the movie.
out of it all, that's the
But it was
one.
done shit though.
That shark is the one with her in it. And not only
That
that,
one
it's been
shark out
Joe,
of
it can
500.
yeah, and not only that, it's been slammed to the floor as well as they've been eaten. You know what I
That
mean?
don't hurt sharks though. When they're in the car and a shark lands on the roof and they're like, oh, what's that noise? And it bites the roof off of the fucking roof.
Fucking just.
Sharks can munch through
Yeah,
steel.
it could have. It was off. Yeah, like we said last week about what was it, Screen Junkies or whatever that was called.
Oh, Cinema Sins.
No,
yeah, it was Screen Junkies with the cult movies,
Yeah,
wasn't
cult
it?
movie.
Yeah.
So they said they're trying too hard with Sharknado.
Because they went,
trying too
look
hard.
at us, we're a cult movie, and that's
Yeah.
not how you make a cult
No.
movie. You become a cult
Yeah.
movie.
By
Yeah.
being serious with it, or it gradually.
There was
Well, it
no.
happens
like
on
that.
its own, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The fans decide
Yeah.
whether it's going to be cult.
Yeah, you don't decide whether, this is going to be the next cult movie. You know, the fans go, well, we'll make it a cult movie maybe like 10, 15 years down the line or whatever. Like Troll 2 didn't gain, cult status probably for like 20 years or whatever, did it? It was a long while.
Some things are going to be cult movies just from the title, like The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension. That title alone is like, that's niche.
That's
very
too
fucking
cult
niche.
for me. I've never even heard of it.
No, I know that.
Peter Weller, John Lithgow,
Well, you said about it
Christopher
last
Lloyd.
week,
Yeah.
didn't you? You just
Oh,
said
off
about
camera,
it last
yeah.
week.
Cool. But yeah, no, Chucknado's just a bag of shit.
Yeah, Sharknado was just.
I'd have rather seen
terrible.
someone pick up a fucking dollop of poo and throw it at a wall.
Yeah, and thank God it was only an hour and 30 minutes or whatever it was. Thank God for that.
I don't know, I still had to watch it over 3 or 4 days as well.
Did you? I watched it in 2 bits. Oh.
Now, Mark, you've seen Sharknado and you've seen Mega Shark versus Mecha Shark. Compare the two movies. It's like handling different types of turd. Which one's the most
That's a bit
pleasant?
like have I stepped in a chihuahua turd or a fucking terrier turd.
Which one's got the least peanuts?
Yeah, they're both turds. I think... No, they're both shit.
Turd rating.
Who's more annoying, Tara Reid or the little girl from Mecha Shark who runs at a
I
big
think that was her
metal
daughter.
shark?
The little girl must have been her daughter. They were both fucking annoying.
Little Tara Reid.
But
Towery.
if you want to see a good sort of fish attacking people on the land, you go for the original Piranha 2. Or I found a weird Japanese anime. It's not a big budget one like Studio Ghibli thing, but a low budget film called Tokyo Fish Attack, I think it is. Where I think it's to do with aliens. They've basically put these mechanical devices so all the fish are coming out the ocean with these little mechanical legs on them. They've got all pumps in them and everything and running about. And yeah, there's a shark in there and it will try and eat people, but it was like, it's dumb. It's really dumb. It's much better than fucking Sharknado.
I enjoyed Piranha and Piranha 2, like the new ones.
Yeah, I know why you enjoyed that.
I didn't like number 2, the new ones.
But the gore as well, though,
it was
just
quite
fucking.
Number 1 was
over
good.
the
I didn't
top.
think much of number 2, but the original number 2, when they're leaping, they got like fucking flying fish.
What I liked about that film is there'd be like scientists trying to have a serious discussion in the foreground, and in the background some girl just shaking her ass.
They made it silly and fun,
Yeah.
What about
That's what Sharknado forgot to do. There was nothing.
Did you like that? Was it Deep Blue Sea? Was that the one with Samuel Jackson?
Yeah.
Okay, right. It was one. I thought that was alright.
Hit and miss.
It was
Proper
quite
old film.
If I'm going to watch a monster, fucking Big Ass Spider, way better than Sharknado.
Yeah, that was good.
Jokey monster movie, didn't take itself serious, but done it fucking properly. It done what a B movie kind of monster
did,
movie
yeah.
should
And
do.
they did with their effects what they could have.
Yeah.
They didn't kind of go,
No, they didn't go
all
silly
out
over the
there
top.
and kind of reach their limit of what they could do. Whereas like Big Ass Spider, they took it to the limit, and then
it's like us writing a script and having all these stupid effects what we're never never going to be able to do.
But if we were to film it on our own, do our own effects, we would know our boundaries and we would go that far.
We know
it seems like Sharknado, they went, right,
They did.
we've got this idea, let's not scale it back a bit, let's kind of go crazy and then just kind of go way further than they actually could do.
Like
and
we
just
said, I
kind
think
of
they were
come
just
to
trying to go
point.
over the top with it. They wanted it to be everybody to go, look at that crazy film.
There was
People
one moment
did
in the film that I
did,
had enjoyment.
it caused a massive social media
I
thing,
like the title.
and that's
And I
why
like
they've
the
made
premise in a
Sharknado 2.
stupid way though.
That's why they've made Sharknado 2
Yeah,
because it got such a big reaction, like on Twitter when it premiered on Sci-Fi.
Yeah,
that
it's a
they just thought,
sci-fi
right,
film, isn't it?
let's do it. Let's do number 2.
Well, let's hope number 2's.
It's all the same actor again.
Yeah, they sorted it out.
It'll be shit then. Yeah, I guarantee
Some
it'll
bits,
be shit.
it looked like they've got slightly better CGI.
Yeah,
that's all I can say on it. But I don't know. It's just.
Well, last week we mentioned about the Sharknado 2, the second one, coming out very shortly. I think it's premiering on the Sci-Fi channel. So
Right, yeah.
we're hopefully gonna either each get a copy of that and watch it,
I
or
was gonna
hopefully
say-
meet up together.
Yeah,
and watch
it's
it.
a bit cool of me.
I'll mention it to privately, off camera. You don't hear my secret conversations.
Whoa!
I was going to say to go. We'll change topic, shall we?
Please just say go to the cinema. I was like, yeah, it ain't got a cinema release.
You know when it's on about Sharknado 2, they're going to do a video game.
Yes.
Do you know what will hopefully be a cult film, it's going to have a video game? Something we've all helped put money towards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Fist of Jesus.
Fist of Jesus are doing a video game.
That's
They've
pretty
been
cool.
showing little screenshots of it and like, I'm fucking sold straight away.
Crazy.
It's going to be awesome.
What kind of game? Just like a little sort of side scroller or something?
I think it's
That'd
going to be.
quite
I
cool.
think it's going to be an RPG.
Oh,
So,
blimey.
like Paper Mario style, I guess, like the South Park game was, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, sold. It's got to wait until I don't know what format it's going to be on or anything. I think it'll be announced this week.
Yeah.
Jagger.
The Jagger. Fuck, I had one of them.
Yeah,
pieces
you're the
of
only
shit.
person who bought one.
Yeah, I know. Don't remind me.
So
The only man
retro.
in town that had a Jaguar.
I remember
They were
that.
so glad when I walked in the shop and bought a game. Like, someone's buying a game! They only had 2 good games as well.
I can remember.
They probably only had 2
Alien
games.
vs Predator
Alien
game?
vs
Yeah.
Predator and Doom.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh dear.
Anyway.
All right. Well, yeah. That's Homework-Nado.
Yeah.
That's Sharknado. From what we just said,
You really
get-
liked it then, yeah?
I can't think of one single bit in the movie when I was having fun and enjoying
When
it.
it finished?
What about when they're in
Because
the...
it's so arduous.
What about when they're in the aeroplanes? Goes, we need a bigger chopper.
Oh yeah,
God.
if you're going to put in a fucking ad lib from Jaws,
Yeah.
you better be doing a good film.
It's like,
I was just
Jesus.
about to say, just a quick sort of round robin favourite shark-based movie.
I think everyone's probably going to pick the same thing,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah, Jaws.
Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws.
Jaws.
Sharknado. Sharknado too. Speaking of monsters and classic cult monsters, it's been announced that Universal has big plans for its classic movie monsters, with the studio aiming to create a franchise akin to the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
You're not
where
going to go remake on me, are you?
well, I guess they won't be remakes. They'll be reimaginings, retellings, but they're going to
That's just a
kind of.
fancy word for a remake.
Mind you, oh, go on, carry on.
But you know, if it's something like Dracula, they're not going to necessarily remake, you know, Bram Stoker's
Because I was going
Dracula.
to say they kind of have, because they did the one with Gary Oldman, and then they done Frankenstein with
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, and then did Benicio del Toro done Wolfman.
Yeah.
So they've kind of, and of course there's them shit mummy films.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. It's a character where they can take it in any direction they want. It's not necessarily a remake sort of
Yeah,
shot for shot, is it? Because the mythos is the monster in it. It's where the
They're
monster
taking
goes.
an idea.
Yeah, so, and I thought it was quite
I think
quite a
it's
cool
gonna be
idea
cool.
to make a franchise of it, and you know, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you know, you might have the werewolf movie, and then, you know, at the end Dracula turns up, and, you know, they kind of face off or something, and then it goes into the Dracula movie, and, you know, something like that.
I think
But-
it's gonna be
It's
cool.
all been done. Monster Squad. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
Monster
yeah,
Squad.
Yeah.
I watched that. Yeah.
Oh, you did?
When I said I was going to, I went and found it.
Brilliant.
It's still awesome.
According to Deadline, Alex Kurtzman and Chris Morgan have been hired to sketch out a new series of crossover films for the likes of Dracula, Frankenstein's monster, and the Wolfman, etc. to star in. Whether these guys will actually script it it remains to be seen. But the film that will kick it off is the new Mummy movie.
Yeah.
Which I guess is a rebranding, kind of like, you know, they had Spider-Man 1, 2 and 3, now there's Amazing Spider-Man, so they're taking the same character, but, you know, giving it a new lease of life, and The Mummy is currently penciled in for a UK release 22nd of April 2016, so we won't see any monster movie crossover movies, you know, for
I
a
think
good
it's a
couple
cool
of years,
idea,
but
though.
I thought it was quite a good idea.
I just hope they don't go down like the whole Twilighty sort of
Or the
real,
previous Mummy
real
films,
pretty
'cause
sort
they
of
were a
film.
bit-
That sort of safe.
But like
It'd be
Twilight
nice.
was like that because it was based on a book, you know, it had its own kind of mythos and whatnot. If they're taking the original concepts
Yeah.
of, you know, the Wolfman and Dracula and Frankenstein's monster and all that sort of stuff, it could be quite cool.
Yeah.
Maybe it won't be great in the beginning because it'll be, you know,
Because
origin story.
Frankenstein was apparently awesome, wasn't it?
I wanted to watch that, but then I thought actually it
Came out
looks a
this year
bit
and everyone
shit.
said it was shit. didn't
Aaron
they?
Eckhart, wasn't it? I Frankenstein, where they
Okay.
took Frankenstein's monster, was it like Into the Future, and he had all like futuristic parts on it.
I Robot.
Yeah, I Frankenstein. Yeah, I don't think it did very well. I didn't
I've
hear
not
any
seen it
reviews
myself
of it.
No, I don't.
I was kind of tempted to go watch it at the cinema, and then I thought, no, that costs money.
We know you was likening this topic to the Marvel franchise. Have you seen the release dates announcement?
I saw a mention of it, but I didn't actually get any kind of definitive proof.
I kind of had proof and sort of and notes, and then when I sent it to me email, I forgot to actually put it in as an attachment. I sent myself a blank email, so I've got nothing with me today.
Whereabouts did you find it? Just online, just kind of randomly?
There might even have been a bit. What was that one you mentioned? Was it Screen Rant or something? What's the one you mentioned that had the top 10? I think they even put it on there.
Cinema Blend.
It might even have been on there. Basically, Disney have announced all release dates for the upcoming Marvel films up until
2019, wasn't it?
something or 17. Yeah.
Yeah, I read a little bit about it, and I thought it'd have like a list, as in like because DC
Some are
did
rumoured
it.
though. They haven't put what films. They have put the ones for this year and a couple for next year. But after that, it's going to be rumoured that there'll be a contender's going to be like another Captain America, another Thor,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, possibly a Thanos Origins movie,
Ooh.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2,
Yeah.
and then eventually it'll end in Avengers 3.
Lovely. Yeah, I'm just trying to find just to see whether I can find it.
Why?
It's on quite a few
That
sides.
Avengers
but-
3 finish it all off, you mean?
Yeah,
Right, okay.
because it looks like it is going to build up to what was the Infinity Gauntlet thing. So
yeah.
Thanos is going to be the main. Yeah, he's going to get all these the Tesseract and whatever the portal gun thing was in.
It's super ambitious, isn't it?
Yeah,
What they're
but
doing.
I love the
It's
fact that
super
they've gone
ambitious.
right.
And they've stuck
We've got
with
a
it.
plan. We're going to plan ahead and we're going to go for it.
Yeah,
They're not
they've
just
stuck
like,
with it.
let's see how.
Yeah.
They probably did it. Let's see how Iron Man goes, and
Yeah.
then we'll think about Iron Man 2, and then
they've
you know
gone
they
with
come
it.
to Iron Man 2. They're like, oh, we'll put in a little reference
Well-
to Shield in there. We'll pop a little, Nick
Yeah.
Fury in here, and then they're like,
That's
all
what
right,
people like,
dig
though,
it.
isn't
Yeah.
it? People like that.
Yeah.
I mean, they've picking a good time to do it because, comic book superhero stuff at the moment is shit hot in it. People are on it.
It's the end of Avengers I'm most impressed with. Where it's done that little hint of Thanos at the end.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, oh, that'll be in the next film. No, fucking mate,
Yeah.
that's going to be way down the line. You've got to wait another
rumours
4 or
are
5
that he's
years.
going to turn up in Guardians of the Galaxy,
yeah.
so we might get a glimpse of him. And it was announced probably a couple of months ago, wasn't it? We talked about it. Josh Brolin is going to take the role of Thanos,
Yeah, yeah.
so that'll be quite cool if you just pop up in.
But the fact that you'd expect, but it shows him at the end, you think, oh, he's going to be the main
Yeah.
villain. The next one, it's like, no, the next one after that, we've got this whole big plan, and it's like,
Yeah, no,
that's
that's
clever.
good. And they're, like,
really clever.
And they've stuck with it. Cool, they're doing a fourth one.
Yeah, pre-Comic-Con they've announced that August 1st, which is not far away,
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, May 1st, 2015, so we've got a little bit to go by that. But they did release quite a few hints, and they've given the look of Ultron.
Oh, right.
They've
Oh,
released
yes, I did see.
screenshots
Yeah.
and some footage of Scarlet Witch and
Oh, right.
Quicksilver.
A different actor in it, though, for Quicksilver?
Well, it's
From-
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh, yeah, that's
and
right.
Elizabeth Olsen, who are both from Godzilla, so they
Yeah.
were kind of husband and wife in this one, and now they're brother and sister in this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, so they released that, and so that's May 1st, 2015, Age of Ultron. July 17th, 2015 will be Ant-Man. Obviously, we know about that
forgot
because Edgar Wright was set to direct, and now he's left.
That kind of left that for me going, I don't know how I feel about that now.
Yeah,
When
I'd
directors
say-
change, that can fuck
I'd
up
love
the-
to have seen it.
Yeah, would have been amazing.
Brilliant.
And then Captain America 3, May 6th, 2016. And then there's like untitled projects for July 8th, 2016, May 5th, 2017, July 28th, 2017, November 3rd, 2017, July 6th, 2018, November 2nd, 2018, and May 3rd, 2019, which I guess maybe Avengers 3.
Yeah, I would have thought
So,
so.
you've got like
It's gonna
another
end in that,
5
yeah.
years of Marvel movies to come. It makes me grin with sheer just delight to know that, in 5 years' time, I'm going to be over the hill. I'm going to be over 30 years of age. But there's always going to be.
Over the hill? That's over I'm fucking... Actually, I've got to... just
You're
to go
over the
off-
mountain.
Yeah, I'm over the... being the one who's 40, I don't know if this is my old age or not. I come up like Monday or Tuesday
Incontinence?
night. No, well, not quite. I woke up and had like a terrible stomachache, and I've never had indigestion before, even though I'm quite a chubby guy. I clearly eat too much. And I was like, fucking hell, my stomach hurts. And as I sat up, I was like, burp, burp. Like, okay, clearly I've got like indigestion or something, thinking. Then 4 Freezy Pops I had before bedtime because I was so fucking hot.
Freezy pop.
They're awesome when it's hot, but I thought I won't wake Amy up by sitting there like burping and farting. I'll go and sit in the bathroom.
You're so polite, aren't you?
I haven't put any lights on because just stumbled around in the dark. Sat in the toilet and like burp, fart, burp, fart. Thought right, okay, feel better now. Think I'm done. Got up and as I went to walk out the bathroom, my feet stepped in something wet, and I'm thinking, oh well, we had a shower before bedtime. Probably splash some water about. It'll be fine. Just drag me to. So I haven't got the light on. Drag the towel off the rack. Mop up the floor, put the towel back, and it's like, my towel smells a bit pissy. And it's like, well, my daughter said she had a stomachache. Did she get up and randomly wee on the floor? And I was like, I don't remember the floor being wet when I walked in the bathroom. Like, did I sit here and have it hanging over the sink? Did I just wee on the floor without even knowing? Like, is this what it's come to? I'm like, did I do this? I honestly don't know.
And you don't have any pets, do you?
No. Unless there was a big spider in the house, but... Like, did I wee on the floor and not even know I did it? It didn't splatter anywhere. I'm just like... I don't know. So there's a possibility that at 40 I've weed all over the floor in the bathroom.
To get your bag soon.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's.
I think it's because I wasn't on... Maybe I did. I wasn't on the pooing position because I just sat down and
you
had
half
somewhere to
asleep?
sit and burp and fart. Yeah, because I just woke up going, my stomach. So I presume I was hanging off the front of the toilet seat and...
Now, a couple of weeks ago, I'll say probably a couple of months ago, myself and Chud, we were at a friend's barbecue, and, you know, you get talking, and conversation tends to kind of take a turn for the worst. And for some reason, we got talking about, what's the expression, morning wood, or, you know, pitching a tent, or anything like that. And we were talking about wake up in the morning with morning glory.
Right.
And having to go to the bathroom, needing to urinate, and what do? You know, because I'm trying to put it lightly. I'm not trying to take this podcast into a downward spiral just yet. But what do? Do you kind of stand and turn to the side, or push it down, or do you sit and try and aim?
I'll sit and push it down.
Yeah, Mark.
Crouch and push. Well, not crouch, but lean. Put a lean, put a push. Depends on the angle. If it comes to it, I'll open the window and just target some seagulls.
So, yeah, that got me thinking. We had quite a long discussion about this, didn't we, Chud? Well, all the men at the party did.
The women just kind of looked at us and like,
yeah, they were like,
"What the fuck are you talking
I don't
about?"
have a penis, so this isn't relevant.
You lean and push down, but as you pee, the wood goes and you've got to get closer and closer to the toilet.
So maybe that's what I'm thinking. Maybe you're having a nice little dream about
No, don't
somebody,
think so.
and then you woke up, you didn't realise you were aroused,
I think
got sat on the toilet, and you were just...
I nearly always
Just on the-
knows. It's caught on
No.
things.
Yeah, slapped it on a door
Knocking
and wired
glasses
through.
off the table, snapping off door frames.
You're just walking around your kitchen, are you? Oh, this isn't even the bathroom. Bathrooms, I've got an ensuite.
They call him the scythe as he goes on, like knocks over corn and
Cleave motion.
Flipping tables with it.
it's like God of War. Cleaving someone in half.
Now this leads me on to a good little segue. I was going to use this in one of my 3 stories that we've started doing, where I pick 3 stories and you pick one of them and we talk about it. But as we've been talking about penises and
Again.
erections, I thought I would just pop this one in there. I found this earlier on today, and the title is "Aussie Man Remortgages Home for Second Penile Enlargement."
His house has a penis enlargement?
No, he
I want to put a penis extension on the house.
I want my house to look like a poo.
Yeah, it's not big enough.
Just
Two
put
stories.
Put the dome on the end, and I want it to like have this fountain foam that comes out the top.
And when it gets a bit cold, we just put a hood over the top so it can be
I want my
circumcised.
house to shrink in the cold.
Can be circumcised or uncircumcised, it doesn't matter.
Basically, well, a lighthouse, I guess, really.
So, yeah, I kind of read the title and thought, oh, you know, here's this guy who's a bit of a dick. He's like, well, you know, I got a dong, I need it bigger, gets a bigger dong, and then it's like, psh, want it even bigger. But there's a little more to this tale than meets the eye. So, a 32-year-old Australian had unsuccessful surgery, which left his package even smaller, so he's got to have a second operation. Now, to begin with, he was the owner of a micropenis. Now, anybody familiar with a micropenis?
I can imagine. Not familiar.
And a tiny little...
Let's just clear that up now. I go to fancy dress parties by putting it in my ear and pretending I'm a petrol pump. Now go on.
So, if you've not heard about a micro penis before, why do we talk about cocks all the time on this podcast? Maybe just like the ChapterSkip
Next week, the ChapterSkip vagina chat.
Podcast.
The vagina monologues.
the cock stories. Yeah, basically, for those out there listening, a micro penis is something very unfortunate that happens to a various amount of males where, you know, they have a micro penis which could be like unerect, 1 centimetre long.
Was it that?
Where basically
Oh, okay.
it just like pops out the end, and if you've got a big bush down there, you can't see anything.
Just a helmet.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what measurement qualifies to be micro?
Well, apparently, Mike, who's the Aussie guy in this, which is not his real name actually.
Oh, right, okay.
They've hidden his name. Apparently, has a micro penis which doesn't even reach 7 centimetres when erect.
Wow,
That's got to be disappointing.
Yeah.
That would make me want to go, right, fuck the house, I'm getting a cock enlargement, I need
Or
this.
marry a midget.
Yeah.
Will that work?
I don't know.
It's silent or all.
I don't know if you were thinking about it going, wow, Mark, you've gone way over the line.
No, it's like, would that even work? If it's like 7 centimeters long, which is what the size of my finger, pinky. Obviously, you guys out there can't see that, but
You got tiny hands.
I do have indeed tiny hands. But would a midget get pleasure off that? You know, it depends what kind of.
What's the girth though?
Yeah.
I mean, it might be like 12 inches.
It's like a pizza.
Pink squishy pizza.
So, yeah, the first operation that Mike had left him with an even smaller package. So he had a micro penis. Then the doctors were just like, "Oh, you want a penis? You know, smalling? I don't know what the word
Smalling.
is. You want a smaller penis? No, I want a bigger one. Ah, well, you had a micro penis. Now you got a macro penis." So it cost him 45,000 Australian dollars, which I'm not sure what the conversion is, but I can imagine that's quite a lot of money.
They went silly over the top
Can
of
you
it.
sue the doctors out for like, wrong operation, you fucking bellend? Oh, well, not bellend, but
And they're just like, it was tiny to begin with anyway.
Give him a
yeah,
vagina.
like, fuck it, we'll never notice.
Give him a vagina instead.
Probably hasn't ever seen it anyway. And his second enlargement will cost him more than 50,000 Australian dollars.
Wow.
Mate.
You give me a weird thought. Well, instead of having an operation to enlarge it, could you have a transplant?
Oh,
Someone else's.
like a corpse penis.
It'll probably make a threesome when you do have sex, but
There'll have to be a
Well,
corpse,
you just
'cause you're not
put
going to
it,
find anyone
you
who's
just put
willing
it
to
on the
donate.
side. So you've got two penises, you've got a micro penis.
Well, like in a
and then
holster.
just.
but you can have a limb transplant.
Yeah, but does the limb actually work? Yeah, you can have a limb transplant. Oh yeah, I'm just thinking about
I
adding,
think
adding a second
I
penis.
think people do have willy transplants.
Can you have a cock transplant?
I think they do.
If there's any distinguished scientists out there listening to the ChapterSkip CockCast, do leave us a comment down below and let us know whether you can indeed have a cock transplant.
Some
Or if you've had one, tell us about it.
some surgeons.
Send us
out
some
there-
pictures. Hashtag ChapterSkip CockCast.
Some surgeons doing some like work out there operating while listening to ChapterSkip.
Someone's out there eating their fucking salami sandwiches.
Just got down to the end
Black
and gone,
pudding.
wow. If I was that Aussie man, I'd have a penis like this. Now it's gone. So, if you guys
I haven't
did,
got a segue from that.
You're going to say if you did have a tiny wang, is that what you
I was
meant?
just going to say, if you did indeed have a tiny wang, would you shell out? Let's say the conversion rate is, you know, a half or a third, because I think Australian money is sort of quite a lot more than English money. Say £15,000. Would you guys shell out that much money if you
I'd have to
did?
go into debt for it. 'cause
Yeah,
I haven't
I
got
mean-
Well, that's his whole thing. He's remortgaging his house, and obviously he's shelled out a lot for the
What about
first.
if you're in a relationship and your wife don't care about the size and all?
Well, that's the thing, you know. But
Or at
if
least she says she doesn't.
if you
I don't care. I just got to go out again, boy. I've got to go and get some groceries. go to the bar, see all the men.
you've been to get groceries 7 days this week.
Yeah.
Why are you going at 8 o'clock at night?
Have them delivered.
And where are the fucking groceries when you come back?
Oh, I left them at the
At the bar.
grocery store.
I'm sticky.
Swingers club.
But if you had to pay 15 grand for a penis enlargement / transplant, would you guys go for it? Would that be something that would be on your mind? Because if you're not in a relationship and your wife or your spouse is not okay with it, then
Surely it
I
depends.
think I would have to, because
It depends on the quality of the wang that
How-
I'll be getting.
for
Like, if I
15
pay more money, will I get like an upgrade to like black? You know.
So what are you thinking? Like 5 grand will get you
It goes in
maybe
stages.
2
You got
inches.
Micro, and then you go Asian, then it'll go white, and then you go brown, black.
Horse.
Can I go faster stripes?
We fetch you with a whale cock, and they don't mind having a six.
One blue whale cock, please.
Speed bumps on it.
Go in there. What do you want? The Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
We've got to put a flashing light on it so like aircraft know it's about.
Landing strip. Literally.
But for 15 grand, instead of taking out a load and using that all in one go, surely you'd increment it on prostitutes and not worry about it.
Yeah, but if it's
They're paid to make it seem like it's
if
good.
it's 7 centimeters long, would that even reach inside of a prostitute? They're not going to be the, forgive my expression, the tightest in the world. They've been around. He's probably going to pop it in. They're going to go, the added old cliche. Is it in yet? And he's going to go, well, yeah, it's only 7 centimeters long.
Because they're a prostitute, they're going to pretend they're enjoying it. So
they're
she's
not
going to be,
worried.
oh yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm
amazing.
looking at your money. I
He's
want
going
your
to
money.
shoot his load and be like, yeah, job done.
Here's my money.
I had a good time. It probably went down a leg anyway. It didn't reach. And she's thinking, She's thinking, fuck it, that was an easy job.
Didn't even need to wear a condom. Just put one of them salami wrappers on it. Pepperoni wrapper.
The only way I've paid money, I don't know, because you'd have to know what it's like to live with a tiny cock, I guess.
Yeah.
Have you lived with Chud before, haven't you?
Yeah, I haven't.
Sorry, Chud. I apologise.
That's getting me back for the other week.
Yeah, the fat comment, yeah. But I don't know, if I was going to spend all that money on one, I'd want it to be like, it could shoot lasers or something.
If you've got a micro penis out there, can you let us know?
Are you ashamed?
Don't
send us
Send us
pictures.
Send us pics.
Send
ChapterSkip.
Send pictures.
ChapterSkip
I definitely
CockCast.
want at least Bluetooth on it, so
Yeah.
TV, remote,
Yeah.
Tells the time, reads out
That'd
your
be
text
awesome.
messages.
Just replace my phone.
It could be a charger as well.
Can you take photos with
Charge
it?
all your phone and everything.
That could be a bit of a problem.
I just got to charge my phone.
Oh, it's on vibrate. Easy now.
Talking about Australians.
Good segue.
I haven't watched it all of it, but I started watching it, and it seems quite good. You won't like it on this anyway, you may. Wolf Creek 2. It's on Netflix,
Yeah.
on the American Netflix.
They go out on the road now, don't they?
Yeah, on
Chase
American Netflix, yeah. It sets up really well how it starts. I don't want to give it
I
away.
take it it's not based on the same guy. Like
It's the same guy, it's the same director.
Yeah,
it's the
John
same-
It's based on.
Yeah,
right?
it is, yeah. It's the same guy, same director.
They said instead of it being all in his place, they're going to escape and then he's going to go...
Yeah, this is what happened, is what I've seen so far, and it's looking quite good how it's set up.
Oh, right.
I don't want to
check
give
that
that
out.
away. Like I said, I don't want to give
forgot
too
that
much
was
away,
out.
but
I
it's quite good, yeah.
I remember a bit in the trailer where someone was like, "Oh, we've got away," and he was in a lorry and just ramped it off this sand dune at him.
No,
like,
it was
yeah,
good. It
badass.
was good. It was
Oh,
cool.
okay.
Yeah, check it out. I just thought I'd get.
Cool.
say
No,
that.
I do want to see that.
I know you probably won't be interested.
No, in past ChapterSkip podcasts, I was tasked with watching Wolf
Yeah.
Creek, weren't I?
Yeah.
And
Is
I
that another one I suggested?
a not so probably
Ah,
actually, yeah, a not so stellar review of that movie. I would say worse than Identity, because I think I actually did enjoy some of Identity.
Right.
Whereas Wolf Creek, I think I said from the minute go, I was like, fuck this shit. Fucking.
Have you seen it?
First one, not second one. I've seen
Did you like
first
the
one.
first one? I like
From
it.
what I remember, I remember thinking it was Something and Nothing. It was,
I liked it, but I
okay.
didn't like all the start. It was
Really
too much
slow
of a start.
start,
Really
yeah.
slow.
There's one thing to do a slow start, but that went like an hour sort
Yeah.
of thing almost.
Yeah.
It was a good
This one's not
45
like that at
minutes,
all.
wasn't
This
it?
one's not like that
Ah,
at all.
okay.
It's straight in number 2.
I don't know if I've watched anything new this week actually.
Well, that leads me quite well on to. I was talking about it earlier when I gave my review of Identity.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
checked out
mentioned it.
another movie, kind of in hopes of maybe hitting the cinemas to watch the latest edition. I went back and watched 2011's Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because you recommended it, Mark. Yeah, you recommended it, and I saw a couple
you'd
of clips
not
on
seen it,
TV.
had you?
No, I'd
Yeah,
not
yeah.
seen it. And my mum actually said she watched it on telly. She's like,
Yeah, it was.
I really enjoyed it. It's awesome. I was like, all right then. If my mum likes it, then I'll probably like it. You know, she likes decent stuff, Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, and stuff.
Oh, right, cool.
So you know, I'll get some good recommendations off her. And she was like, yeah, I really enjoyed it. Check it out. So I was like, all right, definitely. Went and found myself a copy and watched it. Bloody loved it. I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah, I ain't seen it, but I wanted to tape it. It was on Saturday night on TV,
Yeah.
Channel 4,
It's-
Saturday night.
After seeing that, you'll probably be more hyped for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Well,
new
I will
one,
do
yeah.
that anyway. I'm going to do that.
I'm actually
Yeah.
going to see the new one on Thursday at the new cinema.
Yeah.
And I didn't realise I was booking it because I took my
You
dad
going
to see
evening or daytime?
I'm
daytime.
going,
Because I'm only at work today and tomorrow and I've got the week off then.
Oh.
I'm
You're
going
going
Wednesday.
Yeah, but I'm going 3D unfortunately, Jay. So.
Wednesday's cheaper day, so
Yeah.
it's $5.50.
Yeah, but
Are you going
it's not that
Wednesday?
much. Because then I didn't realise they don't charge for 3D viewings.
Do they not?
No,
That's pretty good.
$150 for glasses, but otherwise
Yeah.
it's only costing me £7 something. For my dad who's a senior, he's paying like £5.90 to go watch a 3D movie. Like,
Couldn't
brilliant.
you get in for a senior? Where
No,
that
no,
old,
no,
chap,
no,
oh, that
no.
old ChapterSkip wig.
Piss on the floor again,
just
yeah.
tell
Sure, yeah.
Last night I pissed on the floor. My drying towel.
I don't have any ID, but I did piss on the floor. Look at my grey wig.
Yeah.
So yeah, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and what I really liked about it was the fact that it was all about the apes. It weren't his. It was kind of based around humans and James Franco's character, but they felt like they were thoroughly in the background. Like it,
Yeah.
I felt the forefront was Caesar and obviously his peril, and you know the motion capture and the acting by Andy Serkis was amazing. Like
Clever though, isn't he?
just the look on Caesar's face at certain points, you're like, you're not saying anything, you're not really doing anything, but I'm looking in your eyes, you know, that goes to show that how good the CGI is and whatnot. And just the emotion that he's portraying, you know, he can portray happiness, sadness, anger, rage, and just generally like disappointment. And when he does that face, and there's one point, I'm not going to give too much away, Joe, but you know, he turns his back on James Franco's character, and you're like, oh, that's so heartbreaking, you know, what you must kind of feel to be in that sort of situation. And another thing I really, really enjoyed was the credits actually had the monkeys first before the human actors. I thought, that is absolutely brilliant. Like, there's something so subtle. The fact that, you know, it's a movie about apes and monkeys that kind of, you know, spoiler alert, they rise up. It's called Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And
not with helium, we like to point out, it's nothing to do with a helium factory injecting monkeys with the gas.
No. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that fact that it was based around, you know, Caesar, he was the main thing, and yeah, just really enjoyed it.
Hopefully for next week then, a few of us would have seen it by then, be able to give our thoughts.
Like I said, I'll see it Thursday, so when this podcast comes out, I watched it yesterday. But I think the only bit I could... I mean, you can nitpick a little bit. The only bit I thought probably stood out the most for nitpicking was towards the end. He had way more fucking gorillas with him than were in that zoo. There was only one in his little compound, and then they freed some from the zoo. Yeah. But it was like, there's a lot more fucking gorillas, I'm sure, than they've got in them zoos around there.
Probably,
but you know, being really nitpicky.
Yeah.
But it was,
Is it on Netflix?
No.
I don't know. I'll have to try.
No.
Rent a copy or something.
Yeah.
Just go buy it, it's worth
Yeah,
it.
it's only like £3 I think now or something anyway.
Yeah,
So.
well,
It's
it'll
been
probably
out a
go
while,
down in price now because the new movie's just come out in the cinema.
But it's one of those, I remember seeing the trailer and thinking, yeah, maybe CGI apes, and then
Because I didn't really like the Tim Burton
out.
one that much.
No, that was...
I've only seen
nothing like that.
didn't
I've
enjoy
only
it.
seen
I watched
clips
it
of
when it
that,
came
and that
out.
was kind of like people, but in monkey costumes. They didn't...
Because Helena
Which they
Bonham
kind of did in the
Carter,
original one, but then...
Yeah,
but it worked better in the original.
that Helena Bonham Carter, she just look. That's what she looks like.
Yeah, pretty
Fucking
much,
monkey.
yeah.
She literally looks like that.
It was her without her makeup on.
Yeah, that really is.
But I mean, yeah, for Andy Serkis, because I was impressed how he was when he did Gollum.
He's
in
done
Lord of
lots
the
of
Rings.
it. He's done quite a few now.
He's like one of the world's top most...
Well, when you get the Gollum Smeagol thing, because we're going to split personalities again, because Smeagol's a nice one, and he's arguing with himself, and it framed him at different sides, so it looked like two characters having a conversation, but all the emotion in his face is like,
Is that what his job is, Andy? So was he an actor? Or
No, he's done acting.
He is.
Yeah, but did he set out to
The
be an
war
animal?
thing, the one with Jamie Bell. When we were in the trenches. Death.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh no, I was going to
I've
say the
seen
one
that.
with that annoying bitch from Brookside and cut head off with a spade.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I don't watch Brookside, so I'm lost.
No, just the blonde. Yeah, I know. But
I know what film you mean.
That episode of Brookside where he
you
got
don't
around.
need to work.
Oh,
Yeah.
the cottage.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it,
good
yeah,
film.
yeah.
That.
Oh, the Liverpool.
Yeah, I know.
The
It's,
nice
I know,
death.
like,
Yeah.
well, I mean,
Yeah,
I know he's an
yeah.
actor, but I mean, why does he do this capture thing with the
I don't know what
the
brought it
animal
about. The
thing?
first
Well,
time I know of it
yeah.
was Lord of the Rings.
I think he must have kind of done that and then
fell into
King
it.
Kong.
Yeah, fell into it, and then
it worked really
people were
well for
like,
him.
okay, yeah, you're pretty good at this, try this. You know, he did King Kong, he did a couple others, didn't he? I
Fucking
can't
good.
remember what else he
Good for
did.
him.
I think Lord of the Rings was the first one that he'd.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think the technology's progressed, and I think he's helped with the technology and whatnot. You know, he's the go-to guy if
He's
you
done
need.
really well to do that.
I've heard though he's quite an intense actor. I think they mentioned it on one of the extras on. I can't remember. Fucking Jamie Bell wore one. I'm sure it was something death, something or dead, something.
Oh, I
I've
know
seen
what
that. I've seen
film
that.
you
In the
mean.
trenches
But
and that with the
That's
ghosts and
it.
things.
But I think
yeah.
that they said there's a bit in there. If his call to action is like hit you with a bat, it'll fucking hit you with a bat. 'Cause that's it. There's no holding back. If they're like the Gollum, I think if it's like grab you and strangle you, that's what he's going to do.
Who's that
There's
other
no-
guy who looks a bit like him and always get a bit confused with him? He's in that. When he gets split open, the cannibal. He's in Dog Soldiers. That's not Andy Serkis, is it?
No,
He reminds me of him
no,
for
that
some
was
reason.
Sean Pertwee. No?
Yeah, that guy reminds me of
Probably
him
just
for
got
some
that
reason. He
Londoner
really
accent
does.
bit.
Speaking of Andy Serkis, I've got a segue.
Hey.
I recently looked at a list. I don't know if you guys have heard of Watch Mojo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They did a list of
they do a lot of top 10.
top 10 underrated male actors. Andy Serkis got an honourable mention
Oh really?
in this, along with Jean Reno, which from Leon. You guys seen Leon?
Oh yeah.
No.
No, that's-
Really? Wow.
Maybe,
no.
maybe
Even
watch
Godzilla,
it.
That one you will bloody like.
He was in Godzilla, wasn't
Yeah,
The shit Godzilla.
he?
Yeah,
The shit
yeah.
Godzilla. You
Yeah.
seen that shit one?
It's
He's a French
you'll
guy.
know when you
Yeah.
see him.
He talks like Elvis Presley and
Oh,
forget
yeah.
by the
But
and all that.
there's top 10 list.
Yeah, that's great.
I'll go through it. Some of them I didn't recognise. Most of them I did. Number 10 was Carl Urban.
All right, yeah.
Bones,
Yeah.
Dread.
Dread.
Oh, right.
Lord of the
Doom,
Rings.
weren't he?
Yeah,
Right.
Ghost Ship.
Oh, I forgot about
Ghost
that
Ship,
crap.
best bit at the start, that's it, that's the end of the film.
Number 9, Ron Perlman,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
I do
yeah.
think is quite underrated.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
is
He's been going
extremely
for a long time as well.
recognisable. Yeah, years, long time. Number 8, I was a bit. This was one that I was kind of like, really? But then when I thought about it, I thought, actually, probably like
That guy from Sharknado.
Tara Reid. That was the guy from Sharknado.
Colin Farrell.
Oh, really?
And I was thinking, but then you think about some of his body of work, especially his darker sort of indie films. Like he did Seven Psychopaths in Bruges.
Yeah.
He is actually quite a good actor. It just
Yeah,
seems to
no,
be,
I really like him.
As soon as he touches action sort of films, he
Yeah,
falls
what
a
was
little
it?
bit flat.
Daredevil. And he was,
That was
Yeah, Bullseye.
Bullseye. God.
Yeah.
so.
See that?
I can see
No,
where they're
no.
coming from. Number 7, Nathan Fillion.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which
Slither was fucking awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
And obviously Firefly.
what the guy who feeds his missus in Slither? That one?
No, that's...
Which one in it? He's the main
The,
guy.
the copper. The main
Okay,
one.
right.
So you seen Firefly? Serenity? No, probably not. It wouldn't be your sort of thing.
I've got
Slither,
I've got the
Slither.
T-shirt for my daughter for Father's Day that I'm a leaf on the wind.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it's like, yeah, I'm having that. It's fucking sweet. But
Number
anyway.
6.
Sorry, he knows what I'm talking about.
Nerds!
Shut up, Firefly's awesome.
It is. Number 6, James McAvoy.
Oh,
Which-
James
I
McAvoy's
don't know if he's-
amazing.
I don't know if he's underrated. Though.
No.
So I think people realise
He's
he's
rated.
an actor.
He's
Yeah.
rated.
Yeah.
You know, I can't think what I've seen.
What's
with
he
him.
in?
Professor X in Days of Future
Oh,
Past.
yeah.
Wanted.
He was in Filth, yeah, Wanted.
Shameless.
Yeah.
I think it's only the X-Men films I've seen him in then.
Watch Filth, he's great in that.
Filth's
That's
great film, I've seen that.
No,
weird
It's a really
old
good
film, yeah.
It's strange, isn't
I
it?
think I saw the trailer.
is
Is
that
that
Urban
like
Welsh?
the London one or something?
No,
And I just thought,
Scotland.
It's Urban Welsh, isn't it?
No. Scottish, isn't he?
Yeah.
Scottish.
It's Scottish.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's one of his novels, in Urban Welsh's
Oh,
novels.
I thought you said he's Welsh. I was like,
Welsh.
no.
Urban Welsh.
Yeah,
He made
yeah.
Trainspotting.
Yeah,
I think I
one
saw
of
the
his-
trailer, but I was a bit kind of either way.
No,
about it.
it's awesome. It's just kind of crazy, but
Yeah, the fact it's trying
You
to
seen
be
Trainspotting?
crazy for the sake
You
of
seen
being crazy.
Trainspotting?
Yeah.
It's one of his like crazy books.
carry on.
Okay.
Number
Oh,
5.
Homework, man. Film.
Number 5. I didn't recognise the name, but as soon as I saw the actor, I recognised it. Paul Bettany.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
A.K. Jarvis.
Yeah, yeah.
Of Iron Man fame.
Yeah, he's
Oh, right.
also does the.
Don't think I've ever seen his face, but
No, you hear him enough.
He does the voice of the computer in the Iron Man films.
that's
Doesn't
what we're
he?
talking about, Jarvis.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna-
Is he the voice in?
Is
It's Tony Stark's mate,
Is he the voice in Iron Man films?
Jovis.
Oh wow.
Joe, yeah, we've done that, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, Da
Jarvis.
Vinci Code is in that as well, I think. Or-
Okay.
Is he a voice in that?
Plays the voice of Da Vinci.
Yeah, Tom Hanks, you're looking in the wrong place.
Shut up, cunts.
Oh, the casual content's
No, I
begun
don't.
again.
You guys. Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah, Giovanni Ribisi.
Yeah.
He's funny.
He's
but
one of those guys that's in everything. but-
Shame he's been in too many
Don't know,
Seth
I don't
MacFarlane
think.
movies.
No.
How
That's
crazy- that's a fucking
describe
crazy name.
describe him as like
That's a crazy name.
that. He was in Ted. He was the weird dad who stole the teddy bear.
Oh yeah, with his son and that
Yeah.
first son. Yeah.
I can't remember what else he's been in.
Oh,
but
he's in
I've seen him.
Friends, isn't he? He's Phoebe.
Yeah,
from
yeah, he's in Friends.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to know that one. I fucking hate that programme.
You seen Ted? No.
Yeah, but I can't.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah. Oh,
I know,
I've seen,
I know his name, but I can't.
Oh fuck! I can't remember what it's called.
Was he in Million Ways to Die? In the...
Yeah,
Saving
Million Ways
Private
to Die.
Ryan.
Was he the one
He's in
who's
that as well.
Okay.
banging the prostitute?
Yeah.
That was him, wasn't it? Yeah.
In what?
Million Ways to Die. in the
He's the
West.
one who's
Okay,
humping
I still
Sarah
think
Silverman
that's
or whatever her name is.
Number 3, Eric Bana.
I'm always hit and miss with Eric Bana.
Yeah.
He
Actually.
was really good in Chopper.
Yeah,
That's-
that was
yeah,
right.
Yeah. Chopper's
Great
awesome.
film.
That's an awesome.
Yeah.
film.
See that one? I'll
I didn't
call
like
a
his
cult film.
Hulk. I didn't like
No,
him.
no.
No, I'm still
No
not.
one did,
Still not
did they?
brought myself around to
That's
watch
the
that.
shit Hulk one.
Yeah.
Well, it's described as the I think it's the artistic Hulk,
Oh,
isn't it?
right.
Because it's done by Ang Lee,
Ang Lee,
who
who
did
was like, Hulk will be delicate haiku.
yeah, and
Whatever it was.
what did he do?
Blood like butterfly.
Life of Pi and all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of like
Oh, did he?
beautifully
Oh,
looked.
I
Did he
made
do
them
Life
weird
of
sort
Pi?
of.
I think
Oh, I thought that was.
Or was
Oh,
it
okay.
something
I
else?
thought that was that Tarsum Singh who did the cell. No, maybe not.
Dunno.
Another
Oh shit, we're going on to the cell now. Jennifer Lopez, yeah?
Yeah, bits of it I like because it had.
Fucking terrible film,
Well, let
mate.
Chad finish his list.
Then we'll do some bitching.
Number 2, Peter Sarsgaard.
Yeah.
Which I've never,
really like Peter
I've never
Sarsgaard.
heard of him.
Stellan Skarsgård's son.
He's
No,
No, not related.
he's the different Scar. It's Skarsgård and
Oh, it's
Sarsgaard.
That's right. Yeah.
He was in Green Lantern.
Oh God, that is
He was
terrible.
in,
Jarhead? Is he in Jarhead?
Oh,
I don't know. He's in what's her name? Deep Throat. That movie. What the fuck's her
Throat.
name?
Tara Reid.
Oh, no. I know who you mean. Yeah.
That movie.
Yeah, right,
that came out.
Lovelace.
The new one.
Yeah, Linda,
Yeah,
Lovelace.
Lovelace.
Oh,
He
I
was
ain't
in
seen
that.
that. Yeah, only
He
good.
was in
I thought you meant he was in a...
Garden State.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great film.
No, it was, I just wasn't
Yeah,
familiar
I
with
really
him.
like him.
I didn't really recognise him, but I'd seen some of the films he'd been in because he's very much an average man sort of looking
Yeah,
guy, isn't
yeah.
he? But
I'd
Number two?
stick the Skarsgårds in there as well, Stellan and Alexander. I'd put them in. Maybe they're rated, whether they're underrated.
number
or not.
one, Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, I could
Yeah.
dig a bit of Sam Rockwell.
Me and Mark are like.
No, he was Green Mile.
Okay.
He was
Green Mile.
in Green Mile, and I remember him in what's the stupid space thing?
He's in Seven Psychopaths.
Yeah, Seven Psychopaths,
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
No, not that one. I'm thinking the other one, the one that's done like Star Trek, where the aliens think they're really.
Galaxy Quest.
Yeah, he was in that one.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Which one was he in that?
The crewman who was like, oh, I don't want to be the red shirt guy.
Iron Man 2. He was the scientist that gets Mickey Rourke's character to build all the
right,
robots.
yeah,
remember?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's right. Oh, okay.
Mickey Rourke. Was he Russian?
Yeah.
or
I
not?
My
was
butt-
half expecting. Is that underrated? I can't remember his name. You know, Chucky.
Shia LaBeouf.
Brad Dourif.
Oh yeah, Brad Dourif.
Because before Lord of the Rings, you mentioned Brad Dourif to people, and they're going to be like, who are you talking about?
Why
No, he's been in fucking loads of films.
Why weren't
Yeah,
Bruce
he is
Campbell
in
in the?
Holland.
Bruce Campbell, yeah.
Well, he's cold.
He's
figure,
underrated.
isn't he?
He's cold underrated.
Yeah.
So you guys agree with that list mostly? Sean, you seem to.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say they were underrated because I quite liked all of them. Maybe I like them because they probably are underrated.
I'd say a lot of them are not A-list. A lot of them
Yeah.
are supporting cast
Yeah.
and things like that.
Yeah,
I'm
It's probably
surprised,
people you mention to someone and they'll go, who?
Yeah.
It's like Steve Buscemi. It's like even though he's never
Yeah.
really a lead character,
Mm.
but I would say he's an A-list star because everybody knows.
Well, James
him.
Woods is never really that.
Yeah.
Maybe Vampires he was, but what's the boxing one?
Rocky.
Digstown. That's an excellent film that he's in.
One of my favourite actors. Just think he's such a legend. Is John Goodman.
I thought you were going to say Tara Reid.
I think he's
John-
if
John
there was a
Goodman.
highly
I just-
rated, he'd be in there.
It's just
but-
there. I just think he's just awesome in everything he does.
I just think of
It's
Roseanne
really
when I
fucking
see
good.
John Goodman. Roseanne.
Man, I think of.
No, but you raised quite an interesting point there, Chud, about all these not being the leading guy, and I think you're actually right there. They're great as supporting characters. Like a lot of them.
Apart
When
from
I,
Colin Farrell, actually.
no, but when I think of
yeah.
when I think of his best roles, I do think of like In Bruges and
Seven
Psychopaths, and I'm sure
Where
he's
he's playing an Irishman.
yeah. So I'd agree with that list.
Yeah,
you know.
I was-
I'm sure there's many more if you kind of
Yeah.
brought them up. I'd
Yeah.
go, yeah, underrated or
I just find their list quite comprehensive on WatchMojo.com.
Excellent stuff. So we're coming towards the end of the podcast, but we've yet to talk about my 3 topics. So we'll just rinse through these so we're not here all night unless you guys don't have any other plans.
Yeah,
Mark's going to go piss the bed and Joe's got to finish off his ice cream.
I've got to go to sleep.
So, if you've been listening for the last couple of weeks, you'll know that I bring in 3 random topics to talk about, and these guys choose one to indeed chat about. This week, we're going to talk about a man who has won a court battle to wear a colander on his head so that he can pose for passport photographs and driver's licenses.
Fucking legend.
And we can talk about a married man who visits a doctor and finds out he is really a she. So, talking more penises, so if you've had enough cock, we can skip over that one. And number 3, which I think you might go for, I'm kind of stalling for time because I'm waiting for the thing to come up here. Lottery winner must share 1.7 million jackpot with psychic waiter.
Oh, I think I've heard about this one. Yeah.
So what do you guys want to hear about? Do you want to hear about colander head, he, she man, or psychic lottery winner?
I fancy the colander head.
Yeah, number one was
I think I know what the
thinking
psychic
Colin
one's
number
about.
one was.
It's the psychic waiter. Basically, the waiter had told his boss he had a dream,
Yeah.
and then the boss went and got the lottery ticket and
Yeah.
won, and then he's like, "Well, yeah.
Yeah, but that's basically The waiter had a dream about the boss holding loads of money. He said, "Go buy a lottery ticket."
Yeah.
Boss won, and he's like, "Man, where's my cut?" He's like, "Fuck off."
Yeah.
And then took him to court and got money. So.
Did he? Oh.
Fuck did they rule
So
this thing?
I had a dream that each of you won the lottery. So if you do, I want some
I was
money.
gonna fucking tell him.
I don't even do it.
I don't even know what numbers are.
Yeah.
And
Well, Chud had a dream that William Shatner was a serial rapist. So if it turns out that he was, we don't want Chud to be implicated in any way whatsoever.
It wasn't actually a serial rape.
He's
You're not
spunked-
listening
sorry,
to my story,
sorry.
damn it.
He followed people and spunked on walls. So if William Shatner
Train
does,
station walls.
if William Shatner does spunk on your wall, it's nothing to do with Chud.
Something
He
is
wasn't
coming
there.
out
He didn't
of my
egg him on.
penis.
He didn't
Something's
touch him
coming
and
out of
encouraged
my
him over.
penis. Help me.
so the number 2 story was
I don't meet him,
the
so
man.
I don't get him in the eye.
Jap eye. You look at him in his jap eye.
I should hope he wouldn't have it out.
You're Chud, handsome.
Hello, Chud.
Anyway, yeah. Colander.
Yeah, but the second story, man goes to the doctor. He had stomach pains, much like Mark did. Did you have blood in your urine?
I don't know, I just mopped it up.
And apparently he found out that he was actually a woman and not a male. He was actually having a period.
Fuck.
Surely his lack of penis was a
No, he
giveaway.
had like a mangled penis, so I guess he thought,
It's a
oh,
manga penis.
Someone's drawn it up.
Massive
big
eye.
eyes. Yeah, big eye. Yeah. What the?
okay, so that leads us to the story. Now, I thought you guys would pick the psychic waiter because I always put it 1, 2, 3, and I always figure you're going to pick number 3 because I think you have for the last couple of weeks.
Trying to be
But,
psychic.
yeah, I've been trying to predict, but you guys unpredictable. Ooh, yeah. Basically, have you guys have you guys heard of one of the latest religions to come out called Pastafarianism?
Yes, I have.
No.
I've heard of this.
Is it to do with
Have you heard
basketball?
of the flying spaghetti monster?
Yeah, yeah.
Back in the day, there was a student who had to write either a paper or something, and he wanted to make his own religion. So basically, he made this religion called Pastafarianism, where you worship the flying spaghetti monster. When you get married, you wear like pirate outfits and all sort of crazy stuff like that. And obviously, how do you strain pasta? You use a colander. So this gentleman actually went to court and basically said, I have the right to wear a colander on my head because it's in my religion, and you can't say nothing about it because obviously, you know, Muslims and Sikhs and all those kinds of religions have their turbans and burqas and all those kinds of gear.
That's fucking awesome.
And I just thought, just why the hell not? So, self-styled Pastafarian has reportedly won the right to wear a plastic colander on his head in official photos. Nico Alm claimed he took the bold step of donning the strainer for an official photograph after discovering the headgear was permitted in his native Austria, and if it was worn as on religious grounds. And as an unorthodox move, he claimed to be member of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, an apparent spoof organisation based in America, and its website insists Pastafarianism is a real religion.
Should we go for that?
They would on their own.
That was
Oh,
our
it's
religion.
real as any other religion.
Should we do that for our religion?
Well, isn't the whole spaghetti monster thing a kind of like an atheist thing to say, like, to Christians, like, you can't prove or disprove the existence of God, therefore you can't say that God is in fact a flying spaghetti monster.
Yeah.
You've got no way of proving that he is
They
or
mentioned
isn't.
it in South Park. There was Go God Go double episode where Richard Dawkins falls in love with Mrs. Garrison, and they had that whole sort of atheism kind of religion, Pastafarianism.
The thing is, though, it's going to encourage people to do it.
why not?
Why don't we do it? Why don't we go for
But
that?
I guess you would have to prove that you actually do kind of follow the religion of Pastafarianism.
See, I've upset somebody who claimed to be Jedi before at a store, like a town not far from here called Down Market. I was working there in a store there as security, and you know, like, you know, you don't want people in with hoods up, blah blah blah. They might be, you know, dodgy. And one guy walked in, had his hood up. Sorry, mate, you got to take your hood down. He said, I can't. I'm a Jedi. And then he got a bit confused. And I'm like, where's your fucking lightsaber? Not a happy man.
No.
No. Demanded to see the manager, who also said, piss off, mate.
Yeah,
And we
because
slung him
In the
out.
paper, someone written in the paper about
No.
something like that. Some guy
Like,
went,
he was just using it as an excuse. It was like, Jedis never go out without their lightsabers. Where's your lightsaber? And he couldn't.
oh, this guy I read about had the full like Jedi robes.
Oh, this was a guy just in a hoodie.
I think I'd let him in if he had the whole regalia on.
Oh yeah, you'd be like,
Go for it,
Right,
mate.
go for it.
So if you were working security at the store again and you saw a guy come in with a colander on his head, what would you say to him? Let's go make some pasta. Or would you tell him to take
I
on?
just feel like, look at that fucking idiot.
It's not going to hide his face.
Why
If
don't we
anything,
make a
people are going to
religion?
remember the guy with the colander on his head.
Why don't we
They
make
got to
a
have
religion?
make a religion. They got to have some condition for him. They're like, fine, we'll let you have your passport photo with your colander on your head, but you've got to wear that colander all the time when you're out in public.
Well, I guess it
Good
Good luck when it fucking rains.
I won't even allow to wear my glasses on my fucking picture.
No, basically you got to see your whole face, and because he's got a colander sort of on the back of his head, you can see his whole face, so there's no reason
So
for him
it's
not
like,
to.
like the Jewish where they wear them skull caps.
Yeah, yarmulke, yeah.
Yeah.
But I just thought that was quite interesting, and apparently Pastafarianism is considered a religion
Pastafarianism.
in Austria. So yeah, because Rastas they wear the sort of the big hats.
Yeah.
I think if you're going to believe, every religion should be acceptable in a culture. Like if you're going to accept one, you have to accept them all.
They're all as ridiculous as
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's like you were saying. Do you believe in Allah? Do you believe in God? Do you believe in Jesus? Do you believe in the 5-headed monster, or do you believe in the 8-armed Hindu god, or Ganesh or whatever? Or do you believe in a flying spaghetti monster? To me, they kind of all seem a bit ridiculous anyway. So,
But you can't prove a negative.
exactly.
Yeah. So.
I believe in me.
Joeism.
God. Saying about
Josephism.
God, Joe, you've got like some sort of white cream on your nose, by the way.
What you guys been
We
doing?
won't, we won't
me,
see you
sorry.
again.
Where's William Shatner?
Saying about God, I was rewatching an anime series called.
God.
How much time we got? We got time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
go for it. It's
Go for it. Roll on.
Slipper
I'll
in
try
there.
and sell you another one called The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. You'd think it looks like a normal slice of life high school thing. The kids are starting high school and they stand up, introduce themselves, hello, I'm so and so. And this guy called Kyon, he introduced himself, and behind him is a girl who stands up and says, I'm Haruhi Suzumiya, I don't like real people, I'm only interested in you if you're an alien, you got psychic powers, or an Esper as she calls it, or you're a time traveller. If you're not one of those people, don't bother talking to me, you're wasting my time. And this guy Kyon starts talking to her and encourages her. She joins little various school clubs and drops out of them within like a matter of days because she's like, nah, they're boring. So he's like, well, why don't you make your own club? So she does, and she ends up getting a few members who coincidentally happen to be a time traveller, a psychic guy and an alien. But she doesn't know this, and the reason they're all there is to observe her because they believe she may have rewritten the entire universe 3 years ago, and technically she's God. And if she's not kept amused, just out, she doesn't realise, but out of sheer boredom, she'll just alter the universe to suit whatever she fancies doing next. And it's quite an intriguing little...
So I guess throughout the whole series, you're trying to find out what the truth is, whether she's actually this kind of god.
Not really.
person.
You know she can do this, but it just plays it straight. They just try to do normal everyday things whilst at the same time dealing with the odd. It does play like a normal sort of slice of life thing, although there's a little saga in there called The Endless Eight, which is kind of, people have very mixed opinions of it, because it's 8 episodes and they're technically identical. It's an identical story in each one because it's their summer holidays, the last 2 weeks, and she didn't want it to end. So when they go to bed at the end of the very last day of the summer holidays, the next morning it's 2 weeks prior to this, and they've got no memories of what happened. So each episode you're seeing the same events, but it is all different camera angles. There's little things different clothing and so on and so forth. It is a bit of a slog.
Yeah.
They could have trimmed it out, but it's quite clever. But yeah, it's
Why
an
not?
intriguing little. Yeah. So I'm rewatching that because I realised I hadn't actually seen it all. I'd only seen the first series. So
What's it called again?
The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya.
Say again.
Yeah. It's on YouTube.
What's this manga?
Yeah, I think it was, but it's
Anime.
anime. Yeah.
Okay. I've never really watched a lot of anime, but what I've watched when we've had homework, when we've done ChapterSkip, and that, I've enjoyed
I
it.
watched a good film one last
Enjoyed
night
it,
actually. I don't know if you'll know him from the Studio Ghibli stuff. There's one called Summer Wars and the Girl Who Leapt Through Time. You might have heard of him maybe. The guy who done one called Wolf Children, which, if I tell you what it's about, you'll be thinking, why does this appeal to Mark? About a woman who meets a guy, they have children, and then the guy dies and she's struggling to raise her kids on her own. What makes it different was he was a werewolf, and she's now torn with, they're not just babies, they'll get stressed out and angry and they'll turn into little pups, and she's got to deal with having puppies and children, because the kids will get angry, turn into a little puppy wolf pup and start gnawing on furniture. When one of them's ill, she goes out and she's like, oh shit, there's like a clinic here and a vet there. Which one do I take my fucking kid to? Because if I go to the vet, they're going to know he's a human and they're going to want to dissect him. It's the same thing at the clinic, and she's had this whole... And it's really bloody good.
That's cool.
Really good.
Well, Joe, you mentioned about homework and stuff. I guess we should dish out some homework before we troddle on home, you're saying you don't often watch any anime. Do you want to recommend Joe some anime? Maybe that Melancholia one?
I'll try the film because the Melancholy one's like 28 episodes and a film at the end of it. If you can find Wolf Children.
Wolf Children.
Yeah, I'd recommend that. Really good little film.
Okay, I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Now, Judd, you didn't do any homework this week, so you've got to find The Raid and watch that, and Sharknado in...
No, he's got to watch the Raid 1, Raid 2, and Sharknado.
No, he's got to watch The Raid 1, then Sharknado, and then The Raid 2. And then Sharknado 2.
I'm saving Sharknado 2 for when we're together.
Ah.
We can suffer together.
We'll do it, yeah.
Yeah. And what were we just talking about there?
You said filth for me, didn't you?
Yeah, watch some filth. Yeah, we're talking about James McAvoy. There's
something.
I said something for Sean, didn't we?
We mentioned something. We were like, oh, maybe.
Something out of that list of underrated actors, wasn't it? There was someone on that.
Why do we never make notes?
Because we don't bring any paper. You normally do, but you forgot
I said
it.
Sean didn't want it.
There was something that I was like, oh yeah, that would actually be good.
Yeah.
Shit, I can't.
It weren't Jack Frost, the Snowman. So.
Weren't Sharknado.
Oh god, you've done.
Something with Colin Farrell, something with.
No,
I said Daredevil.
Thanks, Joe.
James
Yeah.
McAvoy.
I wouldn't inflict that on people. Why didn't Kevin Smith direct it?
Hey?
Daredevil.
Yeah.
Oh, was it Leon?
Leon,
Oh,
yeah.
Leon, that was
Leon.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Well done,
Well
Johnny.
done. Well done. Yeah.
Making that mental note.
So
So,
it's awesome.
if you want to sort of carry along with us here at ChapterSkip, you can indeed watch those movies and then tune in next week to hear what we have to say about them. I'll be watching Leon. Joe will be watching Wolf Children.
Yeah.
Wolf Child.
Wolf Children.
Wolf Children. Chud will be watching The Raid and Sharknado, and Mark shall be checking out James McAvoy's Filth. So,
Not literally.
so if you've seen any of those movies, or you want to check them out in the meantime, please do go ahead and do that, and then you can have an opinion as well. You can always throw your opinions to us on Facebook and Twitter, and down in the comments below. It's all /ChapterSkip, or it's all in the description box. So, on behalf of ChapterSkip, I'm Sean.
I'm Joe.
I'm Chad.
Oh, and I've just weed on the floor.
And we'll catch you guys again next time.
Tower Raid!